Because you'll die. Got your attention, didn't I? Well, it's time for another show. So let's talk for a bit. As my college bachelor days come to an end, there's this creeping sense of aimlessness that I feel has been coming into my thoughts more and more. Finishing up my graduation thesis, a couple of more tests, and then done. Nothing. I'll have nothing that I'm supposed to strictly do as ordained by the natural modern life path, at least for around the 8 months or so until I start my master's, hopefully. So I've been thinking about just why. Why do anything? I mean, like, I can very fully just do nothing for the next 8 months, just chill, play video games, relax, and just laze around all day. And just say that that's good enough. I'm not coming up short on anything after all. I'm not missing any obligation. There's nothing that I have to do. That's alright, isn't it? In the grand scheme of things, it's just a little break, then I'll be thrown into the fire again anyways. But, I just couldn't find myself being comfortable with that idea. But I also didn't have a very good or strong reason as to why I should be doing anything else but that. Anything that was more powerful than just the stray thought of, why bother? And with all of that free time, the same questions just kept mulling over in my mind until I found what I believe are actually some good reasons to keep myself going. To keep this business pushing forward. In my experience, one of the most powerful things that can push you in the long term is just negativity in the general sense. Fear, anxiety, worry, insecurity. They're useful tools in the time frame of days, weeks, sometimes months, but the more you use it, the more detrimental it becomes and the longer of a time that you need to recover from them. So I just asked myself if I continued on the same path that I am going on right now, studying, doing a master's abroad, probably getting some job in a data analysis company, and then just living my life that way. Will I regret it? And when you bring a magnifying lens to yourself like that, it really makes you confront reality and see if this is a decision that you would actually be happy with. And it made me realize that I needed to exert myself in some way, even if it wasn't business, but just somehow. Being comfortable just doesn't sit right with me. Doesn't seem much different to being dead. Because comfort still has a price. Nothing is free in life and you're bound to give something away in order to get something else. And the price for here is just a piece of your identity and the person that you want to become, and I wasn't sure that's a price that I was comfortable paying. The second one is, and there are a few variations of it, it's like the imagine your life is a movie that begins now as one of them. But I've made a lot of decisions that I was pretty hesitant on by just asking, is this something that I want to be part of my story? Is this a turn of events that I want to be woven into the undeniable past that I've lived in this life of mine? Would I be proud of that? And that's gotten me through some of the best reach outs I've ever done, some of the bravest things I've said, some of the most grand of gifts, and some of the most best projects that I've worked on so far. It's been a very incredible tool in order to make decisions, and I think it could be the same for someone that's possibly watching this. Like, don't you want it to be a part of your story that you ran a business, that you made $1,000 online, or that you got an expensive gift for a loved one, or that you invested X amount of money as part of your portfolio? And the last of those frameworks is probably the most valuable of them all, and it's just simply, how do you want to die? Because it's gonna happen. There's no escaping this madness, and as far as we remember, we were forced to live and equally will be forced to die. There's no escaping this human condition, so you might as well just have the most fun that you can with it and see how far you can stretch yourself in your capabilities. For yourself and for the world, because living is learning how to die. So how do you want it to happen? How do you want to be known to yourself and to the people around you when that time comes? How do they live their day-to-day lives? How do they act? Where do they live? What do they eat? How do they spend their day? How far has their power reached into the world, and what are they truly capable of? Isn't it exciting to see what that person is like and experience it for yourself? Because that insult to injury, we don't even know when we're gonna die. It could be a day from now, it could be a year, 10 years, or we could die at the grand old age of 60. who knows? So we might as well start moving towards them and uncover as much of that person as we can, because time is gonna pass either way and we're not gonna be left with a choice then. So you might as well let the slow, consistent steps over the months and the years take us there. And so if you enjoyed this video, I hope I'll see you in another one soon. Bye.